Have a young horse that needs a bit more awareness of where their neck is swinging or where their feet are going? This video is for you. Welcome back to Positive Connection Equine Training, where we focus on fear-free and science-based tactics in horse training. Today, we're running through 10 quick proprioception exercises you can use for your horses, from their head and neck all the way down to their back feet. So circling the noodle is a great first exercise that focuses on having the horse able to move their head both above and below the noodle without hitting it. This is best done with a target, I think, so that we're not accidentally taking over the responsibility of guiding their heads ourselves. You can also make this higher or lower depending on the difficulty for the horse. Another great opportunity centered around head and neck would be targeting in general or self-haltering, where they need to show enough awareness of their head and neck to stick their nose into the noseband of the halter. We can also utilize pole work, so walking and backing up over a pole are both great, but I find it helpful to take it slower in order to really allow the horse to think out each individual foot. So many find it easier to start with asking for both front feet and then both back feet, which is an option, but I do also recommend slowly getting to the point where you can isolate to just one foot. This not only helps their awareness, but it also creates clearer communication between both of you, and it'll help in the future with more subtle cueing. So in these exercises, I do like to ask for it to move in front of the pole and then to go back behind the pole on each leg. We can also raise the pole either just one side or both sides, as both add in a different distinct challenge, and then repeat the exercises. Remember to be patient because this might seem easy, but it's actually quite difficult for a lot of horses. So just remember, reward generously and reward often. We can then continue to escalate to pivots, either by turning from the shoulder or the haunches. So the goal is to be able to avoid the pole during movement. So I like to ask for them to move just enough to have one foot on one side of the pole and one foot on the other, pause, and then continue the pivot. Advanced horses can do a side pass to have both a front and a hind leg each on opposite sides of the pole, but my young horse just simply isn't there yet. Incorporating in a hoof standing target is also great, so I start this separately for the horse to be able to place their foot on the target accurately. So as they get better, we can increase that challenge by incorporating the pole and then ask them to go both over the pole and end by standing on the hoof target. We can also add difficulty by having the horse learn to step a right foot on one target and a left foot on the other, which fun is also opening the door to some great tricks. Remember that these exercises are all about going slow and keeping a high level of awareness and accuracy. They're also incredibly tiring for the horse. So my personal young horse can only spend about 15 minutes on this currently before she's just ready for another nap, like she is down for the count. So if you notice your horse is starting to struggle, it might just be some mental fatigue and a sign to be done for it for the day. As always, I hope you enjoyed this quick crash course, and please let me know if you have any feedback. Supporting the channel through liking, commenting, and subscribing really does mean a lot. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.